Hello everyone, we're back with the KWA M93R 2 Beretta 3-round burst machine pistol. It's gas powered, airsoft. We're back with the assembly video. Now, I'm just going to get right into it because it's a real pain to put back together. So hopefully I can just get this done for you so you know how to put it back together now. Okay, and hopefully you guys followed my advice in the disassembly video where you kept most of the pieces in their little groups. Like everything that belongs to the foregrip section is in one part, everything that belongs to the trigger is in one section, etc, etc. Okay, first thing you're going to do is put the hammer in like so and just kind of hold it there like so. It's just going to float, so you have to hold it. And maneuver the steel slide so it fits into the ABS frame like so. The hammer will just be free floating again. It'll be resting on the seaters. The next thing, take this rolling pin sleeve, line up the hammer with this hole here, and just place that in. And make sure the hammer is forward. Try and keep it there. Whenever to release the hammer forward, you just press the disconnector here and just push it forward like so. Okay, get your mainspring housing a hunk of steel here and just slide it in so the hammer strut slides into this notch here. You can see if you look through here if it's going to line in or not. Okay, hold that there. Between these two pins, you're going to take the thicker one and just place that into there. You might have to push the metallic frame rail system down more for that to fit. And then take this skinnier pin, it's somewhat longer, and you're going to slide that into here. And you're going to probably have to move the mainspring housing a bit. Okay, and now it's going in. Fasten that. The hammer back forward again. Now we're going to get the rest of your mainspring housing assembly. You got your cup, mainspring, lanyard, and pin. Put the cup to the spring to your lanyard. Just place it inside there. Tilt the gun upside down like so. Hammer down. I don't know if you see that. Hammer down. And you're just going to push the pin in and fasten that like so. Okay? Alright. Now, I'm going to get the base of the foregrip here, and you're going to slide it in, see this hole, this little tiny one there. Just lined up the little tiny one on the frame there. Oh, I'm not too worried about that right now. That's easy to put back on. Okay, and then you get your little tiny pin, and you just place that in right there. Fasten that. We'll do the rest of the assembly for the foregrip later. It's pretty simple. We're going straight to the trigger now. These are the components we're going to be working with at this moment. Trigger, pin, trigger spring, V-spring, whichever, and then the lever arm piece here. This can prove to be extremely irritating, So what you're going to do is you're going to take your trigger here and you're going to put the V-spring sitting like so, long part out, shorter part up, and you're going to just slide that and hold that in place like so, and you're going to take the pin and put it all the way down there and just get it ready. Just kind of have it sit there and then guide the trigger down and maneuver the pin directly through the trigger. Has to weave through the trigger, through the spring, with the spring facing the right way as I showed you, and out into the other side. Now this part is tricky. You're going to need a flathead or something for this, because what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to, again, weave this part right here is kind of like a pin. You have to weave this through onto this side, through that hole, behind the top section of the spring, because you have to push and hold the top section of the spring past the trigger there. If you know what I mean. Hopefully you can. I mean, the lighting isn't brilliant, unfortunately, but here we go. See how that spring is right in front of this piece here we just put in? That's what I mean, so that way it has that. Okay? Alright. Actually, almost done here. Now, you're going to need to get this little spring in your flathead. And this little screw I told you not to touch, now you need to touch it. Do not take it out all the way, just loosen it enough. There's a little groove crease inside here, and this sits, come on now, sorry, this sits right in there like so. Make sure the spring is all the way back and then fasten that screw up. Okay. Alright. Now you're going to get your takedown lever pin spring here and just place it in here. The spring goes in the more shallow section because the pin needs to come through like so. Then you're going to take the takedown lever and put it in, tilt it up, and just let it sit there. Then you're going to take this pin lever section here. It may look slightly different to you. We went over that in the disassembly. And you're just going to push this through without pushing the sleeve out. If the sleeve starts coming out, you push it back in with a flathead, like so. Okay. Next, we're going to start putting the foregrip together. That will be in part 2. Alright, so stay tuned for part 2 of the assembly of the KWA M93R tube Beretta. Alright, thanks for watching.